Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is another edition of Car Conversations on JLeesCorner. Okay, I hope everybody had a great Monday or whatever. Y'all know to like this video, comment in the comment section, hit the share button too. Okay, subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBirds, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to also subscribe to my other channel, okay, JayLeesCorner Talk. The link to that is in the description box below. And all that jazz. But let's get into the reason we are here today, okay? I watched, okay, the Johnson's Cabaret Part 2 reunion yesterday. And y'all know it pissed me off, okay? Had me all kinds of pissed off because it was full of fuckery all up in the thing or whatever, okay? But I saw Luenell, okay, who y'all know was a co-host of it. Luenell was on her IG, honey, going off, okay? Mainly because she was getting such backlash for her hosting the reunion, how she talked to the girls, how she was kissing Johnson's ass. And so basically everything that she was involved in, people went after her, and she was defending herself as far as the accusations she was getting. They kept asking her why was she even hosting a reunion, why would she call them hookers and hoes and prostitutes, you know what I'm saying? Why would you even allow Jocelyn to act that way, and all these things. And I can say I never fully blame Luenell, but I was unhappy seeing her there and her not really trying to make sense and really host the reunion. Now, she said how Jocelyn invited her personally to host the reunion, that she'd only met Jocelyn on the red carpet somewhere one time and whatnot, and so, you know, that was the gist of their relationship, but that she came on here on the reunion to get a check. She was like, it was a check. I was getting paid, you know, to host. It wasn't a big deal. She admitted that she had never watched the show because she didn't want to. She also brought up how she did not like how Jocelyn acted. She did not like the whole thing. She did not like how anything went down. And she put this up before Part 2 aired. And even then, she said Jocelyn threw a damn candle holder at that girl, and it was crazy. But she also made sure to mention, you know, y'all mad at me, but I had bills to pay, so that's why I took the job. You can't be mad at me for taking a job. I'm like, well, I mean, we can be, but you can say what you're gonna say. And so she just brought up how she didn't like it, okay? But she also made good valid points about the girls themselves called themselves hookers and hoes and prostitutes. She also said how at the reunion there were, sir, what are you doing, sir? Okay, move. She brought up at the reunion how there were pimps there, like some of the girls who have managers, okay, brought them with them to the reunion, and production made the guys not be there because we can't have the pimps here with they hoes. We can't have that. So this is the thing that Luenell was saying. She also brought up how y'all coming at me for being a host, but y'all forget the girl sitting next to me, whatever the girl name was in the yellow outfit. She's the producer of the show. So how y'all mad at me? I'm just paid to host. They're putting on this show. I'm just there to do my job or whatever. And what she did, she said, I don't regret what I said, but I do wish I hadn't done it because it was a shit show. Okay, it was a whole shit show. So she went on and on and on for 20 or 30 minutes or whatever on her IG. And I can say this. I can appreciate her saying Johnson acted a plumb fool, but what did you expect her to do? She's like, if she had me come here, how could I cuss her out when she hired me? I'm like, well, first of all, I would have left. If I don't agree with what's going on and it's full of fucking niggery or whatever, I'ma leave. Okay? But as she said, sometimes I just sat there and didn't say shit because it was too crazy for me to even comment on what was going on. And that's kind of true. We did see that happening as well. So I like that she admitted it was fuckery. I like that she admitted she shouldn't have done it. But I agree with her saying, how y'all mad at me as if I put on the show? That's Jocelyn's shit. And she made a really good point. She was like, the girls came and got paid to be on the show. They were paid to be demeaned. They saw the first season. They know who Jocelyn is. They knew how she is. They were paid to be demeaned. And they sat there and took it the whole time. I'm like, she right about that. She's absolutely right about that. And each woman was there to be paid. And she was like, the show is not... She was like, Johnson don't have no damn cabaret in New York, in Atlanta, or in Vegas. It's a fucking TV show. Okay, she don't have no show in Vegas. I do. I said, okay, now Luenell, read your resume. Because we all... Look, I would never... Because people were saying that Luenell was a washed up old whatever. I'm like, that's not true. Luenell is still Luenell. I still love Luenell, even though I don't agree with her doing the show. But I can appreciate her wanting to clear the air. Like, why y'all blaming me when that's not my show? I can't control nobody else. Don't forget, they was booked on that show to do whatever. They came there for that reason. You know, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, nobody should go on a show like that to be helped. No one was gonna get help going there. So why act like that's what it was? And I'm like, she right. But my thing is, yes, it's a TV show, but at the same time, it's fuckery. And the issue I had was when the girls were saying how they did not like how Johnson talked to them, and Johnson kept acting like, you know, well, so fucking what? That was my issue. You can be upset with someone on your show or whatever and not demean them as bad as Johnson did, okay? And she also brought up how Zeus is the one putting the shit out there. If y'all don't like the shit, talk to Zeus. Don't talk to me. Talk to them. And so because she's saying these things, and she wasn't really saying anything negative or wrong in my opinion, nigga, the Zeus app people joined her live. So first it was a girl in the yellow outfit who, again, is a producer, who popped on. And then they put the owner guy, the black guy who I've seen on the Davin brand recently. They had him on there. Green means go. Green means go. Thank you very much. They put the dude, I think, it's his name, Remy. I don't know what his name is. But he was then on there. And I did not like that he was not allowing Luenell to fully speak. He was on there trying to prove, well, we not putting on fake content. And what happened was, it seemed like when Luenell was live, people were contacting Zeus saying, oh, she's on here saying y'all are being fake and the show is fake. And that's not what she's saying. What she's saying is, Johnson don't have no cabaret. And they could act like she do, but they don't. But that don't mean what they're doing on the show is fake. It's not no real cabaret. Okay, did the girl get 10 grand? Yes, she did. But it wasn't cabaret after season 1, and we still ain't seeing one now. So if it's Johnson's cabaret, where's the show? Where's the show? No one should need 3 seasons to make the cabaret happen, but I'm gonna let that be. So that to me is what Luenell was saying. So when the owner dude came on saying, you know, we don't fake anything, you know, we just record what happens. We can't control what Johnson say. We can't control what the women say. All we can do is record it. So to me, what that means is y'all are just a camera crew. That's what y'all do. Y'all record what happens and that's it. And no one is saying you should try to control Joseline, but the fact that y'all could not produce a reunion without it being fully a shit show, the fact that y'all can't control y'all talent, that to me means y'all don't know what y'all doing. And I get their new company and they probably going through growing pains, but y'all made that shit seem reckless, and that's the issue everyone had. That it wasn't a produced show. It was a shit show. So him trying to come on and say, you know, we can't control what's said, even if it's wild, wild, wild. We can't control what someone said because we're not a scripted show. We are a reality show. We just record what happened. I don't mind that. But at some point, as a producer, you have to say to people, this still has to be entertainment. This still has to be a show we can show to people. You can't just be out here yelling, fussing, and cussing, and nothing makes any sense. Because it's y'all recorded for, because she said it was a 7-hour, they was there for 7 hours recording. Out of 7 hours, y'all got a 2-part reunion, like 40 minutes each, but nothing happened. But yelling and cussing, because what y'all sat back and allowed them to just act a fucking fool. And y'all didn't produce the show. Producing a show don't mean it's fake, but it means you can make a relevant story that we can follow. Okay? And that's the issue. And you can tell he was trying to not get Jocelyn pissed off, because he don't talk about Jocelyn. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I like what Luenell said. I didn't like when he got on there and she kind of agreed with him with how much they can control. But I still feel like you had a main point. Don't blame me for Zeus, the production company, or the app or whatever, who on bullshit and allow God to pat. When I started to pass up my whole time for my apartment, girl, Lord Jesus. But I wish you would have stuck to that. Because truth be told, at the end of the day, y'all was on some bullshit. Completely on some bullshit. And to not want to acknowledge how bad the reunion was, and to try to make it seem as if, oh, well, we just record the content. Okay, all we do, we just hit record and that's it. It's like, no, you should make it make sense. And the fact that he could not even admit that made me mad. Okay, the most he said was, we tried. We tried, and that was really it. And I was like, well, it still pissed me off. And if it makes me realize we do have to hold these companies more responsible for the content we watch. Because he also said how other shows have things or whatever that's crazy, and we still watch it. Because she brought up Nene, how Nene was paid. Because, she kept on saying, she's like, Zeus paid me nicely. Okay, the host. They paid Joseline or whatever, and they paid her to act the fucking fool. And to me, I think they took that as her saying, y'all paid her to act. And I'm like, no, I think Zeus knows exactly how Joseline acts. They know exactly how she gonna act up. And so they paid her well, knowing exactly what she would do. It doesn't mean a stage. It means you let a monster be a monster. That's what it is. Okay? So I was like, it was just bullshit upon bullshit. At one point, Chance, I'm like, was y'all all together? Because Chance got on the damn phone. I'm like, why? Because the girl Janisha, the Zeus owner dude, and Chance is all together because his show is shooting right now. I may put Zeus back to watch Chance's show, because Chance's show was fucked up too, but it wasn't as bad as Joseline's. Because y'all never was, I'll draw a line. Okay? But I'm like, y'all ain't gonna get my money while I'm not watching the other show. Fuck y'all. But again, it was like an hour long, a little over an hour of her talking, and she did call them out. And I feel like they only came on and responded, because people was telling them that she was dogging them. And she wasn't dogging them, she was being honest about what happened and what we saw. That's what it was. We not blind, we see the shit. That's what it was, all up and through. Okay, but I'm like, whatever. So, girl, Johnson's show do not need season 3 at all. And all of them said, because Luenell, the orange suit girl or whatever, the owner dude, them saying how Jocelyn don't care about anybody complaining because she's already been paid. She has her show, and that's what it is. And I think it's true, and that's the bad part. No one cares about their bad juju or their bad actions when they're getting paid to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So for me, okay, let me unsubscribe from Zeus, and I'm not gonna watch that shit. So when her show come back around, y'all should unsubscribe from Zeus. That's the only way to make someone change how they do shit. Take money out their pocket. Period. But I'm gonna leave that be, y'all. I'm at home now. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got. Thanks to Luenell for clearing things up and letting us know that Zeus be full of shit. But I do like the guy also said, I'll give him credit for this. The owner guy did say, he said each of our shows is different. So how one person's show go won't be how someone else's go. I can say that's true. Because to me, Joseline's show and how she talked about them girls was the worst of the worst. For her to be someone who tried to go at Wendy Williams for being, against women or whatever. So girl, the fuck back. Anyway, I'm at home already, y'all. So I'm going, peace.